Join our incredible moms who have mastered the art of balancing motherhood in today's episode of We Time Convo.
My name is Debbie.
This is Liza.
Moms sharing inspiring stories, practical tips, and a few hilarious anecdotes. And it all begins now.
Thank you for tuning in to We Time Convo, another episode here. Debbie is not able to make it, so I have my lovely guest co-host, Lana.
Hello.
And then again, we have our repeat guests, Germie.
Hello.
And Frank.
What's up?
And today we are going to discuss travel hacks. So I myself have no experience really traveling with kids. We do a lot of road trips. Flying, we don't do much. I think Ava's flown like once. How about you, Germie? What's your experience traveling with kids?
Well, my daughter is 3. I think we only traveled outside of California at Las Vegas.
And was that driving or flying?
That was flying.
How about you, Frank?
Just to Disneyland and Tahoe, just driving. So no plane experience, yeah.
And Lana here, right?
Yeah, I traveled quite a bit because my family lives in SoCal. So my kids are now 12 and 16. So I've been traveling with them since they were pretty young, maybe like 1.
Wow.
Yeah. And there were times where I had to take both of them by myself.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
With car seats and all.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's fun.
Props to you.
Yeah, so I'm actually pull some tips off of this book. It's called Travel Hacks by Keith Bradford. So one of them that I thought was cool was while booking your tickets, book tickets at 3 p.m. 6 weeks before flight has been proven to be the absolute cheapest time your tickets will ever be.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, so Tuesdays, 3 o'clock, 6 weeks before your flight. I don't know what the
6
science is
weeks?
behind that, but yeah, it's the cheapest.
Because when I've looked online, they say Tuesdays and Wednesdays is the best time to book. But I've booked like random times, like in the morning, in the afternoon.
And flying, it's the same price for everybody, regardless. Not just there's a price for a baby or a price. It's a seat, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So if they're over 2, then they would need a ticket. So if they're
And it's
under
the same
2,
price.
Oh, below
it's
2,
the
they're
same price.
free. They're
Under 2 is free.
free. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And they do require a car seat. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
On the actual flight too? Or just...
No. So when we flew, I would have them as a lap child.
Oh, so you just have them
Yeah.
on their lap?
Mhm.
How does the seatbelt thing work then?
You just
Like,
double it up, or not double it. You
over them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when like my kids were little, they were 4 years apart, so it was easier. So when the little one was little, it was like I had that baby Bjorn.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would just like carry him on that. I had the stroller and everything. I had to drag car seats and everything. It was, yeah.
Ugh, it
I
sounds
wouldn't
like a
recommend
That's
nightmare.
all stuff
Yeah.
that you have to like check in, right?
Yeah, you
And
check
then-
it all
oh,
in.
man, yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and then like, when you get your rental car or whatever your car, you got to put it all in there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah.
And what do you do for like the long flights if you have a little one?
So my kids were used to flying, but Logan, when he was young, I think he was maybe 1, we went to Hawaii and that was the longest flight. I think it was 5 hours.
Yeah.
And he was like not having it. So my husband would have to walk him up and down the aisle. But you know, everybody on the plane is, the times that I've been, they've been so nice and so
yeah?
kind. They're like,
I was gonna ask you, how do
"Oh,
you deal with the eyes that like they just
I
shut their
didn't
video?
care. I didn't care.
So you
I
have
was
to go
like,
that I don't care mode.
yeah, I
right?
didn't care.
Yeah.
But, you know, like the flight attendants, they were really nice. They're like, oh, you know, do you need help? Do you need anything? There are times where it was just me and Dylan when he was little. I think he was like maybe 2 or 3. He would run up and down. I was like, oh, dude, you got to sit down. And the flight attendant's like, it's fine. You know, he needs to move around his legs. I was like, it's only an hour flight. Like,
Yeah.
he needs to come back. But you know what I did? I had a lot of activities for them.
Okay.
So I brought like Legos, like games, snacks
iPad.
for them.
Keep them busy.
iPad, whatever it was, like I kept them busy. But like the long flights, I try to time it out where it's like in between their nap time so then they can take a long nap, right? Just things like that.
Like a red eye flight or something?
Oh,
Because
no,
the
I
iPad
won't do
would
red eye.
iPad would usually do the trick though, you know. For the most part, I think, like you said, besides them napping, and then it's like, okay, they nap for 2-3 hours, and then they wake up for another 2
Yeah.
hours, and then you're there. to
But
your
back
destination.
then, my oldest son now, he didn't have an iPad. You know those flip DVD players? We had those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when
Old school.
Logan came around, then we had the iPad, so it was so much
Yeah.
easier. But we had to bring that whole DVD stuff. and,
Imagine people, and then like before that, time
They had
too.
books. Just
Yeah.
But for kids, like little kids,
well,
like what are
yeah.
they doing?
They're not going to read,
bet
girl,
you-
at 2 years old.
Books out the window.
It's just rowdy in the plane, dude.
Yeah.
Germie, how do you think Bella would be on a plane? Is
she
fairly?
was 2 and she did a great job.
Oh, okay.
I think one of the reasons that we're not pushing traveling is because of the whole giving the seat, the car seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transferring that because it's so heavy. And it would be great. I mean, if you have any tips in terms of not bringing a car seat and it being a service that people provide, but I don't think there is such a service because you,
I don't know.
from your destination, like it would be nice if they had a car seat that you could rent.
So yeah, you could rent them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
then there
like,
you go.
Just
Say,
extra money though.
yeah, it is extra money.
A lot
but,
more money watch.
But then the thing is, you don't have to lug that big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But now a lot of the car seats that I see parents pulling in the airport are strollers too.
Oh.
So I don't know how they convert it, and I've seen them where they fold it and put it up top.
Oh, as a carry-on?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm like,
I mean, yeah,
dang.
there always like new technology with the
Yeah.
like stuff. Yeah.
So where do I rent these car seats? Like, is it part of Hertz? Is it part of? It is?
Yeah, yes, you can part it. Yeah.
Just do it ahead of time, I guess.
Mind blown. You all know this?
I didn't know that. I always
Oh,
thought
this
you
is
had to
something-
get your own.
No,
Bring your own.
you could rent them.
Because that Tokidoki when you gave me, dude, that thing's like 500 pounds.
Yeah. Well, but they don't need a car seat on the plane.
No.
They just would need to be able to sit there and then strap.
Yeah, they don't need it on
That's
the plane.
just like a luggage, basically. So you check it in, and then when you get to your destination, you have to get it.
Yeah.
How
So
people with multiple kids do that?
I mean, they
wanna
probably
travel,
rent
man.
a van and like all the car seats. I would not lug 5 car
I mean,
seats.
that's what you gotta ask Jojo and Penn, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Their kids are older now though, right?
Mhm.
All right. The next thing is packing smart. Number 64 of the book is always make sure to take a quick photo of your suitcase before traveling. This will help speed up the paperwork process if you ever lose your luggage. Has
This
that ever
one
happened
is
to you?
new. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I packed pretty smart as is. Like I can do a carry-on even on a long trip,
Yeah.
but I've never thought about
I've
taking a picture
Heard
of it.
nightmares about people getting their luggages like
I
lost
mean,
and never.
most of the times
yeah.
you feel safe when you just have that tag on it, right?
But sometimes the airlines will lose them.
Yeah, they'll
Oh,
lose
right.
them.
Just lose it completely, huh?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Or it gets shipped accidentally to a
then
different
after
flight.
the fact, like even if you take a picture of it, if it's just gone and they can't find it, like what's the point of the picture? They're just gonna be like, oh, we'll look out for it. It's like getting
Yeah.
like your car broken into or stolen. Like you could report to police. What are they gonna do about it, right?
Yeah, but I think they are supposed to replace it depending on how much it is.
Like a monetary value to it.
I think so. Or like your credit card company,
Oh,
depending
okay.
on where you book, they might have insurance.
Right.
One time we had luggage and it was damaged in the conveyor belt.
Ooh.
So then we brought it to the kiosk. So then they're like, oh, we have a bunch of luggage. Like pick what you want. So they have like lost luggage. So we were,
They'll use that as a
yeah, they just
What?
gave us like a new luggage. I was like, oh, this one's cool.
like storage wars, like the storage places. Like just open it. And
yeah, it was like random luggage. I was like, oh, this one's nice. I'll take this one.
Ew, what if somebody's dirty laundry's in there?
I think they
Gross.
clean it out.
Okay, so number 92, planning on bringing home a lot of stuff, buy a smaller suitcase for your clothes and put it inside a bigger one.
Yes.
But what?
That's such a good idea. So you just buy a small suitcase,
Mm-hmm.
put your clothes in there and put it in the bigger one. So if you're going to the Philippines or something and want to bring home a bunch of stuff, you put it in the
so
big
you have
one.
already
and then-
space.
or
Yeah.
you can get your bulk buying box, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I thought
see.
that was a good one. I never
That
thought
one's
about that.
good. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like, you have to be careful. It can't be more than 50 pounds if you
Or
check
it's a
it in.
check-in.
Yeah. No,
No.
if you check it in, it can't be more than 50 pounds.
I think if I travel, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy souvenirs.
No, that's what you say. You know what
I'm trying to work on being that minimalist. Like
You
the
can.
travel is for your experience.
Yeah.
not to bring things back and have it collect dust in your home.
It's true. I mean, you know, sometimes people want gifts or whatever.
yeah,
then,
yeah, I see that. I always see
But
that.
the last time we traveled last year, I packed pretty light so then I can make room for things that I wanted. Like, you know, I don't know.
I think I pack like the way I pack. I roll everything up like lumpia.
Yeah.
Dude, you could fit so much. Like when you see other people pack, I'm like, bro, I could fit like a fourth or whatever you pack there. Like I still have like heck of room the way I fold it with the same amount of stuff you put in there.
And you can use cubes. Like they have packing cubes. So if you roll it and they're just zip up, they
I've
look
seen
like
those, yeah.
cubes. And
Oh.
then you roll it and then you put it in. You could pack so much more too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overpackers or I'm an overpacker.
I'm an overpacker with socks and underwear.
How about you, Jeremy?
No, I think I'm good.
Like you can always buy stuff.
I think
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's my wife that overpacks.
Oh, okay.
And I gotta let her know you gotta.
I travel a lot more
trim down.
because of business trips, so I'm used to it. I guess like you just get used to it when you travel more often.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I'll be out there for a week and I know what I need. Like if you've done it multiple times already.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
I think it's hard when you're traveling with kids, specifically babies, right?
Yeah.
Because then you got to pack
So that's
Yes.
that's a different
bottles,
story.
you got to
Exactly.
pack, food and diapers and all that. So that's what makes it really difficult.
It's easier when they're older.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Tip number 112.
112.
Always make sure to email yourself a photo or scan your passport. Although this isn't good enough to get you on a plane, it can make the process much smoother if you ever lose or get your passport stolen.
Yep. This is what I do. I scanned it and then it's in my Google Drive, but I also print it and bring it on with me
Okay.
just in case.
Is there a Apple Wallet? Does that allow for that in there?
Oh,
you know,
that
Apple
I
Wallet
don't
always
know.
like saves your tickets or whatever you can, and I think even like a BART pass or whatever, it'll
I
allow it.
haven't seen that option.
They
haven't-
should.
yeah.
It's everything's digital anyways.
Yeah.
You might also include it into your digital wallet.
I just put it in my drive.
Mhm.
That way I just pull it up. But the reason why they say to do that is because if you go overseas and you lose your passport, like if you have it,
No,
you
it's
bring it
game
to the
over, huh?
embassy, right? And then you're like, oh, this is the copy. So it might be a faster process.
Yeah.
But like when I travel outside of the country, I'm always like guarding my passport. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
if that,
Always make
Because
sure.
you're like that's like the scary. That's like worst nightmares. Like
Yes.
overseas, like you're out of the country and you lose your passport. And
Yes.
they, like, dude, you're like they think you're some kind of threat.
When you go outside, or do you leave it?
I leave it in the safe, but I bring the copy with me just in case something happens into the hotel. Yeah.
Do you trust those safes in the hotel?
Not really, honestly. It depends on where you're at. Like, I don't know if I trust this, but we went to Japan. I was like, okay, yeah. You know,
I wanna go to
it
Japan,
depends where
man.
you go. Yeah.
So my question: do you have the cleaning lady come there, or because my wife doesn't want that kind of service wherever we go because she doesn't trust them either.
Uh-huh.
Do you have that same concern, or what do you?
So my husband's like your wife. He's like, oh no, don't have them clean the room. I was like, I want to come back to a nice room, so I
Yeah.
always have them clean it.
I'm the same way
Yeah.
as you.
I was like, I just need a clean room when I get back, so I always have them clean the room. And it's like,
So like valuables you put in the safe.
yeah, I put it in the safe. Yeah. But, we've been fortunate where it hasn't happened, but you never know, right? There are times where we've gone outside and I've taken my passport and, I have those like fanny packs, but it goes under your clothes. So it's pretty flat. So you can't really tell that you're wearing a fanny pack because no matter where you go, they've gotten really smart. Like they'll cut it and they'll take it real quick and you don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah. They'll reach into your pocket.
Like pit pockets. Like,
They'll reach into your pocket like that. And
like hecka smooth.
yeah, I'm like, that's so
I wonder if you
crazy.
can bring your own safe. Can you just bring something small?
Why would you bring? How you can
Well,
bring a
if
safe, girl?
if you don't trust, like the little ones that have like the little locks on them.
Yeah, but then they take that and you're done too.
I mean, it's just
Scary.
like everything has a risk, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just part of it, right?
So pickpocketing,
yeah.
does that happen
Yes.
a lot in Europe?
From what
'Cause
I
that's
hear,
where
yes.
we're going in June. Okay.
Yes, from what I hear, yeah. Because when we went, we were pretty like cautious about it. I didn't bring.
So
a
what
purse.
do you suggest that like same thing, the under like
Yeah.
a fanny pack that
Yeah.
goes under your clothes?
So it goes under your clothes.
Underwear.
The kids didn't bring anything. My husband didn't bring anything. Like the only thing is he brought a backpack and we just put water and stuff in there.
Did you bring cash with you or you always paid with card?
I brought cash,
Okay.
but Europe.
Backpack is actually feels worse because like you can't even feel it,
Yeah.
right? And
No,
it's
you
just
can't. But he
Yeah.
used it as like a disguise.
Okay.
It's like,
All right.
let me just put water.
like a
in.
decoy.
Yeah. Don't bring a purse
Yeah, okay.
because they'll just, grab it real quick.
Coincidentally, I'm wearing this gear. It's called PackSafe. So
Oh.
before my wife and I went to Europe, we bought a bunch of PackSafe stuff because this
And you'll get that online or is there a store?
it's actually you can get this in traveling stores.
Oh,
And
okay.
basically what they do is they protect like is it RFD or like if anyone
Oh,
is-
RFID. Yeah.
Yeah, so RFID,
Oh.
right?
So if they scan your card,
So-
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they have multiple
it blocks.
wallets. You can see they have
Oh,
these
wow.
glasses here, and then you can't see it. They have the cell phone. So they have these things, and if people are trying to get the RFID, it protects
Yeah.
that too.
Most wallets have that now.
Most wallets have
Yeah.
RFID, and the pouch that Lana was saying is
Probably.
from PackSafe. So that's
Yeah.
specifically they're supposed to be the the company that actually specializes on those kind of type of clothing.
And do they have trendy stuff like for women too? Because your wife bought some. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can look that up.
Yeah, you should if you're going to Europe.
Oh, and by the way, we're not being paid by
We're not
Backstage.
sponsored.
We're not sponsored. But
But if you want to come through,
But if you want to come,
yeah, we're going to Europe in June. So if you want to want us to do a
My
product
bad.
review, no, but
I
it's
am
fine.
not
We just,
affiliated with Pack Safe either.
oh, and you're traveling with the kids.
well, just with Ava.
Oh, okay, then that's okay. Yeah.
So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that'll be easy. But make sure like she's not on her phone and just walking around not paying attention.
Oh, yeah,
because
that's
they'll
the
get you real
worst.
quick too. Yeah, because teenagers, they're like not paying attention.
they're just like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's adults too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have to figure out your service too over in Europe. If you
Oh man.
like, depending who you have, we paid like $10 a day for service just so we can communicate with each other.
Hey, you don't want to come back with a $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, long distance.
Those are things you have to think
Also,
about.
I think a good thing is to let your bank account know.
Yes.
When you're traveling, because then you don't want to use your card.
Yep.
And you're like, what the hell? She's not in England or whatever. I'm gonna decline the.
Yeah, they'll flag it,
Yeah.
and then like your card's deactivated, and then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in Europe, they mostly use Visa. So
Okay.
I bring like 2 cards, one as a backup, but let them know like, hey, I'm traveling. These are the dates. And you have to be careful with your credit cards. Some of them charge you foreign fees.
Oh, I never.
How
knew that.
high are these foreign fees?
I'm not sure. I refuse to pay for foreign fees. So I'm like, I don't even know.
So, Lana, do you have any advice in terms of currency? Like, in terms of what would you say foreign fees? If you wanted to get a bunch of euros or
So if you want to, so I recently got euros at my bank. So you can call like Chase,
okay.
B of A or whatever. And you should look at the exchange rate. So right now I'm not going to Japan, but the exchange rate is like so good because the yen is low right now.
Yeah.
That I just went to get money and then I just keep it, in my safe. So when I'm going, I'd be ready. So I just recently got like maybe a couple hundred for Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you need that much because everything you can use your credit card. But when you do use your credit card over there, make sure that they don't do the exchange rate on your, they'll ask you like, do you want to convert it to US dollars? Just say no.
Okay.
Yeah. So from what I hear, if they do, it's more. So I never did
That's
that.
the fee?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, the fee of credit card, like the credit card's a different thing.
okay.
So some credit cards, they charge you.
Because you want the rate that you got initially, not like the current rate.
Yeah. So you don't want to, like, you have to be careful. Some credit card, it's called a foreign transaction fee. So
Okay.
basically, if you're using your Visa over there, if your credit card has that, they'll charge you another fee on top of what you're paying over there.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So there's a lot of credit cards now that don't have that. So you
Yeah.
just have to really look at your credit card and what they offer. And some credit cards are really good. They offer like insurance for your flights and hotels.
Right.
Like if something happens and you cancel, they'll, reimburse
So
you.
look into your credit card benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other hacks? Airplane hacks?
Download Netflix movies
Oh,
because
yeah.
sometimes the screen doesn't work, so at least you have it on your phone, iPad. We always download movies.
You can download podcasts. You
I
can
download
listen to We
podcasts
Yeah,
Time
all the
Convo.
time
podcasts.
too. Yeah.
Listen to We Time Convo.
Yeah.
Podcast is really good.
I always pack snacks, like depending on the flight, right? If I'm going like during lunchtime, I always pack a meal for me and the kids because airline food isn't always the greatest.
Yeah.
And depending on how
And it's expensive.
and how long you fly, like if it's a short flight, they're not going to give you food. They'll sell
Yeah.
it to you. But if it's like a longer flight, then they'll give you food.
But it's still like, whatever.
Yeah. And if you have little ones, pack a lot of snacks. They say don't drink the water on the airplane or coffee or tea because they don't clean those filters.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I be getting coffee all the time.
Oh, Frank, don't do it
Man,
anymore.
Is that the bathroom water or what?
I don't know.
That's a good. That's
so
a good
gross.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't drink it.
So, Lana, when I assume you have an itinerary for
Yes.
traveling. How do you balance what you and your hubby wants to do versus what your kids?
That's a good question.
What's a good thing, for, like some activities or
Yeah.
places that they should go? How do you find that
So like in the beginning, when we first started traveling with the kids, I would jam pack our itinerary and then my husband would complain like, I don't even have time to relax. So I've gotten better at it. I have a whole Excel spreadsheet and
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, she said Excel, bro. Yeah, my bad.
Hardcore travel.
Send me the CSV file, please.
Yeah, presentation.
Yeah. So basically I, depending on where we go and how old the kids are, I do a lot of research. So I watch like YouTube videos. I'm on Pinterest. I'm online, like looking at things of their age. So last year we went to Europe. So it's like, okay, they're at this age. What should we do? What would be fun for them? And then I asked my husband, what do you want to do? Because he's not a planner. He's like, oh, whatever. But then when he says whatever and I plan it, he's like, I didn't want to do that. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, these are the
Do you
things
break
that we're
it down
doing.
by like hours too? Or like the timing?
Kinda, but I've gotten better. I've gotten better where
At
it's
1
not
p.m.
time
after lunch,
stamped. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this.
So I've gotten better where it's like I don't look up restaurants anymore.
Okay.
It's like I'll look it up and give like suggestions. And when we're there, it's like if we want to go, then great. If not, it's okay. But some things you have
kind
to
of wing
book-
it.
Yeah, like
Okay.
for dinner, lunch, we wing it depending on what time we eat. But there's certain things that you have to have an itinerary for, like museums, right? Like
Yeah.
the kids, if they want to
If you know you're going to that
museums.
destination, you want to see certain things, you're definitely gonna put it on there.
Yeah. So you have to put it on
Yeah.
there. Yeah. But
Do you
it's
ask
not-
locals for the recommendations for restaurants, or how do you know that it's good?
We do. Sometimes we are in the hotel and we're like, oh, what's a good place? But you know, everything's on Yelp now. So you could
Oh,
just
okay.
be in, when you go to Paris, you could just look it up on Yelp and like, oh, what is good? And it'll give you the
They say,
difference.
yeah, this place, the best, the best.
Yeah.
Ratatouille over here.
You come here. It's
I love
very,
that
it's a very
movie.
good.
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Very good pasta.
Yeah. That is a good depiction of
Yeah.
Europe.
Is this place good? Oh, very best. Very best.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's,
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Do you guys have any other questions?
I think we
No,
both
it's
have the
great.
same thing on mind with the car seat thing.
The car seat. Yes. Now you know you can rent the car seat.
Like that thing.
It's
All right.
okay. Yeah.
Bella really is, even at her age, is talking about she wants to go to Europe. I don't know if she saw any, I don't know, Bluey or Peppa Pig episode,
Wow.
but
Peppa Pig.
she's talking about Eiffel Tower and actually wanting to go there.
Oh.
So my wife and I went there in 2019.
Is
and
for your honeymoon or just to go?
just to go.
Oh, okay.
Just to go. It was in our bucket list. So the thing is now, that's why I'm asking about the itinerary and traveling a kid. How
Yeah.
do you find that? And I'm thinking if there's family-friendly hotels, family-friendly restaurants.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of that. But you know, when you do big trips like that, I would wait until they get older because
Yeah,
they're not going to
exactly.
always remember,
I've
right?
been told.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we even took Franklin to Disneyland. Remember when she was like 2?
she
I
probably
mean,
doesn't remember, right?
Exactly. So we're like, well, Franklin's like 5. She could, we could take her places, but now, Jesselyn's only like 1.5.
Yeah, I
So we're trying to
especially if
wait.
you're going to be
Yeah.
on that long flight. I would recommend like wait until they get older.
Like, well, what's a good older age? Like 4, maybe?
So when we took Logan to Japan, he was 5,
Okay.
and that was like pretty good,
All
and he
right.
was pretty easy.
Mhm.
How about for Europe?
Europe, we just went, so I
Yeah.
mean they're
So
older.
I'm thinking like when we eventually travel on the plane with the whole family, it'll be like Hawaii first,
Yeah.
just to go. I have family out there too, so it'll be nice just to see them. But yeah, maybe like when Franklin's like, good. Well, she's 5 now, she could do it. But with the little one, maybe when she's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So Franklin be like,
And
8.
you know what's another good destination for like young kids? Cabo. Cabo,
Oh,
with the
nice.
all inclusive.
Really?
It's so, yeah, they are all inclusive. You
Okay.
just hang out. Depending on some places, I think I was maybe the Disney hotel or something like that. And
In
I think
Cabo?
that's in Hawaii, but some
Okay.
places have like clubhouses for kids.
Oh, okay.
So like kids,
So you
go
can like
do
leave them there and
activities.
do your own thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
But Cabo is
Yeah.
fun for kids because I think majority of the kids love the pool, right? And they're just like in the pool hanging out, and it's all inclusive. It's pretty easy. So
Okay.
if you want to venture out first
Yeah.
and not go so far, my kids love Cabo.
I gotta get passport for that.
How
Yes, you have
about
to
how
get-
about cruises? Have you guys been on cruises or
Yes.
anything like
I
that?
haven't yet.
Not
Yeah.
with a kid.
No.
I heard they're like really fun now. I used to just think cruises like old senior people, right?
No,
Like Titanic?
But I'm just saying,
like
like
sinking
you just feel like it's like old retired people, right, doing it.
No.
But I heard it's like dope. Like
it is fun.
Yeah.
Didn't you do the Disney one?
We went
Yeah.
on the Disney cruise when the
Okay.
kids were younger. That was so much fun. Before that we went on like Carnival cruise. It was kind of like whatever.
Okay.
But I would recommend Disney cruise for your girls. They would love it. And I think a good age is probably 4 or 5.
What did they have on there? Like what
They
activities?
really cater to everybody from the parents to the kids. That's where they have like kids club. They get to meet all the Disney princess. They just have different activities, and they have activities for like the parents too. So like if you decide to put your kids in the kids club, they have like comedy shows for parents or like adults only dinner, things like that. But it's a lot of fun.
Do you have a hack in how to get a discount for Olani? It is super
It is
pricey.
expensive.
How much is it?
now?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like what's your guesstimate? Like when you look?
A night? What's a night?
Yeah. What's a night?
500 plus?
No.
Oh,
way
that's
more than that.
That's
that,
nothing?
that was cheap.
I want to say
Yeah.
10K for a week for a family of 2 or 3.
Does Penn go? Penn?
I think they have a timeshare.
timeshare.
They have a timeshare. There.
That might be your
man.
hack. Timeshare, sitting through
I
that.
don't know. I heard timeshare is the worst investment you can make.
$10,000.
It sounds like a bad
I mean,
investment.
But does that include food and stuff, or just
No.
to stay there?
Alani does not include food.
What's the hype? That it's just Disney.
It's Disney, yeah.
In all honesty, we went and it was just like, oh,
It's
okay.
just like what it's the old lagoons there, right?
Yeah.
I went there. The first time I went there, it was like before the Disneyland was even being built there, or the Disney Hotel. I just went to the lagoons. It was so beautiful. And now it's all like
But you
taken
can
over.
actually go on the resort and not stay there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can go and like meet the characters.
Oh,
feel-
that I don't know.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That I don't know. Like,
I'll just stay at the Outrigger.
is that a nice place?
It's just like a regular hotel on the strip.
Oh, yeah.
in Waikiki. It's like, dude, you're all gonna end up in the same place.
It's true. But Alani is further from Waikiki.
Yeah, it's off the
Yeah.
it's off the strip, right? Yeah, but I mean, I think when I go to Hawaii, I want to explore Hawaii. I don't want to stay in the hotel. Yeah.
I don't know. The times that we did
Depends
go,
on you, yeah.
It wasn't like all that it was cracked up
At
to be.
Alani?
Yeah. I mean, they had like, I think a water slide, and they had an area where you can snorkel, but everything you have to pay for.
Even
so.
like I heard like over there on the strip now, it's not even like they used to be the international market. Now that's not there.
No, it's not.
It's now just looks like freaking Santana Row over there.
Yeah.
I was like, we could just go Santana Row here. Why would I
Everything's
go in Hawaii there?
changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I think we went last April, and yeah, it's just different.
Like I think Hawaii, like you'd probably go to a different island to experience like the island
Yeah.
experience, right?
Like you probably go with kids, I think
There. Yeah.
but like if it's just you and your wife, like
Yeah.
Maui.
Yeah,
Maui's
yeah.
really nice, relaxing. Yeah.
True.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and thank you, Germie, Frank, and
you.
Lana
Thank
for
you for
joining
having
us on
us.
this episode again. And yeah, we will catch you guys next time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.